I was. Not the whole time, but all right. Let me see if I can still know how to press the right button. But actually, I was. Not the whole time, but all right. Let me see if I can still. All right. And I don't even know what happened. Hold on, let me fix the comments. Let me jump over here real quick. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully, everybody did well. We didn't lose anybody in the last 7 days. I had to disappear. Where did I go? I had to go away. Sometimes you got to step back to breathe, y'all. This is a jungle. We live in the jungle. If you don't think, that's what I was thinking about this morning. I had to disappear for about 7 days. I got away to a third world country, which I'm gonna call them they're first world countries. They're not third world countries. Actually, they're first world countries because they are the first world. They are the first world, y'all. They've been here for. Oh man, I got a hole in my coffee cup. The coffee cup leaking on me. Coffee cup is peeing on me this morning. Um, First world country. It's okay. It's made local. Look at that drip. Oh man, that's getting wet. It's wet in the jungle too. I woke up this morning. I was like, oh man, I missed the jungle. I missed the sound. You go to sleep in the jungle and you wake up. Even when you go to sleep, it's just noise. Like it's not like New York City noise. New York City. No, this is like you hear all kind of like you hear all this crazy stuff, right? The first night, oh man, I was scared to death. I didn't know what the hell to do. You know what? And I think they were messing with me too. Like you hear something, you try to focus on what it is. You take me to New York City, I know the sounds. Take me to Pennsylvania, I know the sounds. Even California, I kind of know the sounds. But then you go to I was in Belize. I was in Belize. Life is better in Belize, by the way. But you go. Oh, hold on. Trying to get my comment down. Turn the volume down. The first night, and so, man, I scared to death. I didn't know what the hell. Shut up! Shut up, Gerard. Shut up. Hold on. Shut up. I gotta turn the volume. Shut up. There we go. All right. He said, "Yeah, I tell Bernie to shut up. I tell myself to shut up all the time. Sometimes I talk too much." So, but anyway, you go to sleep in the first night. You hear all this noise like, yeah, they got howler monkeys. They got all kind of crazy stuff, man. I was losing my fucking mind. And so I was down there. I said, "Fruckin." I didn't say that. I said, it was an R. I didn't cuss. I said, FR, frudgin, whatever. I was losing my mind. I was it. But sometimes you got to cuss. All right, let's just be clear. I try not to do it. So, oh man, I was trying to go to sleep. I hear all this noise. Half the time, I think the jungle just messing with you. I think they just mess with you. They know you're there. And they're like, oh, this dummy. And it's probably, I hear this, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell's happening? And it's probably like a little insect about this big. He's right outside the window, scratching his wings together. So it was crazy. But you get used to it. You do. And it felt so good. After a while, I was like, okay, I got the noise. I'm starting to figure out who's doing what's making it going on. Okay. And and then the lizard, see the lizard run up the wall, like, it's a lizard. I was losing my mind. After a while, I realized, okay, it's a gecko. He's eating the spiders, so the spider don't bite me, so my nipples don't fall off. So okay, I was working with it. And after a while, I was like, yo, I love it. Wake up in the morning, had the birds wake you up. It just felt so natural. It felt so good. Go look out at the water, see who's in the water, who visited to the water this morning. Go out to the water, see a couple of fish swimming, not a whole lot of fish. They get mercury all up in their water, but it's no different. Pesticide all up in our water, chlorine. So they got their poison in too. But I call them the first world. The first world, because it's the original world, y'all. Like this is how we evolved. We evolved in places with deliciousness like that. We didn't evolve to hear yelling and screaming at night. Who would you with? Hear your neighbors. I used to live in an apartment. Oh my gosh. You hear the neighbors fussing and fight. You hear things you ain't supposed to hear. I'd rather wake up and hear monkeys doing the nasty than hear my neighbors. Ooh, baby, baby, baby. The monkeys are entertaining at least. At least you can hear very clearly, like, ooh, 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 ha, 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 ooh, ha. It's like, oh, there he getting it. Okay, go on. Yeah. All right, let me stop. I'm losing my mind. Let me stop. Okay. Anyway, I have no idea what was happening, y'all. I woke up this morning. I was like, man, I wish I was back in the jungle, hearing the noise and just breathing in all that human natural air. And I start thinking, wait a minute, I'm in another jungle. I woke up, it was a dream last 7 days, and I woke up in a nightmare. I'm up back in America. Okay. I was in a free country, y'all. It's crazy. I was there, and they don't know how to drive. Well, actually, they do know how to. They drive good over there. You get a guy got in the car driving. It's like the speed limit is a suggestion. All the stop this, do that suggestion. I'm speeding past the cops going twice the speed limit. First of all, I didn't see a cop for like the first 2-3 days. I didn't see no police. They just nowhere. Like, what's the point? They don't need police. People behave naturally by themselves. You don't need police in police states everywhere. So I'm driving. I'm just, I'm like flying, zoom, hitting. They got speed bumps to slow people down because they do like 100 miles, 120 miles an hour. Hit a speed bump, jumping up in the air like I was Dukes of Hazzard. I was Bo and Luke Duke. It's just, but anyway. And I went right through the police stop. They didn't stop. They're like, oh, this is a gringo. Kind of wave. And they're nice people too. Oh, y'all should travel to Belize. They're nice people. Beautiful people. Some of the most beautiful people on the planet. And you know how I know they're so nice? Because they let us come there. That's how I know. They let us come. They let Americans. If a country lets Americans come there, they're nice people. Oh, they're just so nice. Everybody waving at you. They probably behind my back call me stupid, silly, crazy, but it was a good trip. It was a good trip. So I miss everybody. I don't know what y'all up to. Apparently the world is still falling apart. I saw a little piece of the news. I didn't read it. I'm behind on everybody's live streams. I got a whole bunch of live streams to watch and see what y'all talking about. We gotta save this world. I was kind of hoping y'all save it while I was gone. I don't think y'all saved it. You didn't do. Y'all messing up. That's how you know people are loving people. Loving people if they let Americans come in their country. If you let the European colonizers come back, y'all some loving people. Oh, I gotta do my history. And there's so much about Belize and how we went there to steal. What they were stealing originally was stealing the mahogany. The mahogany, they didn't cut down all the 9-foot wide mahogany trees, sent them back to England. Us colonizers, we need to stop it, man. And so finally they had to cut down all the trees, took everything they could. Britain just filled the ships up, got everybody up in there. They took so much mahogany out of Belize, y'all, they had to lead the slaves. That's right. It's black people all over the it's Africa, Jamaica, everybody all over Belize. And it's wonderful because everybody gets along, but they all over because they stole so much wood. The British like, damn it. All right, we got all the wood. Where Kunta at? Oh, damn it. Y'all left him on the coast. Somebody go get Kunta, boss. We can't. We ain't got no room for Kunta. What? Damn it. All right, let's go back to Britain. They left them all over there. It's so beautiful people. They all mixing and mingling. And they left some British people over there too. So you got they're mixing with the people with the heritage, the indigenous with the Mayans and the Africans. And they just formed some of the most beautiful people some of the most beautiful women in the planet. They're over in Belize. So, all right. So I went to the pyramids and I stood on top of stuff. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm off talking about my explorations and adventures. There's no way I can do it in one video. I didn't even say good morning to people. I don't even know. Did we lose anybody? Did y'all get out of Facebook jail? Is everybody out? I come home. I see people I haven't seen in a while. Like, you was in jail when I left. You come back, you out of jail. Like, oh, okay, Facebook let you out of jail. Okay. Stole you a barbecue. Welcome home, brah. Welcome home, girl. How'd you do it? Did you maintain? Did they toss your salad? How did you? What, were they overcrowded? They letting people out of Facebook jail? Anyway, let me see who's up this morning. Go around, have a little talk. Maybe y'all can tell me what happened. I don't know what happened in the last 7 days. Look like we still here. Good morning, Rebecca. How you doing? And Gloria. I see Deborah and Sister Stacy and Joyce is up in the house. Amy in the house as usual. I'm not funny. Don't call me funny, man. This world is fun. The colonizers were comedians, but ain't no fun in games. Y'all remember that song? Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah, Amy, I know you remember that song. Welcome to the jungle. We ain't got no damn games. Ain't nothing fun happening around. Just colonizers doing that thing. Look at that. I just made that up. Did y'all see that? I feel so good. I just made that up. But that's why I woke up this morning, sister. It was like a nightmare. So quiet. Oh, the monkeys. I don't hear the monkeys. It's just too quiet. I want to go back. I want to go back so bad. Y'all, sometimes people say, oh, they should give you money for doing videos. Oh, should they? Yeah, y'all should. Y'all send me back to Belize. I'll make some videos from Belize. Get me the hell out of here. Free people doing free things. I'd love to live there. Now, and I'm not saying, I know I got my patriot friends saying, oh, well, you should go to America. You should leave, right? Because that's what they say when your president don't win. Everybody say, I'm leaving. First of all, my presidents never win. And second of all, I am absolutely not interested in the get out of this country, get out of our country. If you don't like our country, it ain't your country, number one. It ain't my country neither. It ain't none of our countries. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not even. It's just so much I want to talk about. Went on a vacation, and then you go and don't. When I go places, I don't stay with the Europeans. The other colonizers on level 2. I don't stay with them. That because I live with them. Why in the hell am I gonna go to Belize, or South America, Africa, Middle East somewhere, and stay with a bunch of mother hubbas I just left? How does that make any damn sense? You're supposed to go and meet the people and stay with the people and get to know the people. Sit on the sofa with the people. Don't drink the water with the people. Don't do that. You're going to have diarrhea, be thrown up, vomited. Your microbiology, take time to get ready for that. But I was still drinking water with that. I trusted everybody. Like, hey, baby, eat this. I'm like, I was eating all kind of fruits and stuff. We was walking in the jungle. The brother was picking up stuff. Hey, eat this. Break this nut open. Yeah, eat that. And I'm just eating stuff, I didn't eat the termite, though. I did not eat the grub either. This is not Lion King. I did not eat that. But it's just food all over the jungle, man. I was blown away. Totally blown away. But I stay away from resorts. I stay away from like wherever, that trail. They try to keep everybody on the trail and go this way and that way and go to this resort, get on the bus. Don't look at nobody. I don't do that, man. When I go a place, I go because I want to meet my cousins. I want to talk to my cousins. What's going on? Uh-oh, news popping up. Russia conducts first anti-sub flight to North America shores. I got to fix this. Somebody tell me, how do you stop news pop-ups on, what is this, Chrome? Don't pop up. I don't want to see that. I'm still happy. I'm still jungle happy. Anyway, who else we got here this morning? Sister Kim, what happened, man? What's going on? Like, are we still, did they, like, what happened in the 70s? I know some school, we have one school shooting a week in America. I know, y'all want to talk about that. When I was down there, they were talking about a journalist that died in Belize that got killed, and they talked about it. Just wouldn't shut up. Just, And I was like, do y'all know how many people die in America? We kill more journalists in America before 10 a.m. than Belize and every other third world country could kill all month. So it stopped. So I went there. So it was fun. It was good. It was good to get some more colonizer history because I'm trying to figure out how did we really screw up? How did we really go that way? They're looking into the ancient archaeology of the Mayans, and they're realizing it wasn't the European that took them down. The colonizers didn't get them. They didn't get them. They gave them some chicken pox and, was it chicken pox? It was chicken. Yeah, I think it was, no, smallpox. They gave them some stuff. They didn't came over here because they don't brush their teeth. They wasn't clean and stuff. They were taking vaccines, y'all. The immune system wasn't working. So they came over here and started giving everybody diseases. But that was part of it, but that wasn't all of it. What happened to the Mayans, because the funny thing is, Belize is one big Mayan site, a whole damn thing. Everybody's backyard has pyramids and structures and mounds because it was probably the biggest known civilization in the history of the human race. Y'all, you need to go to Belize. Everybody's backyard got some pyramids. I went to a complex because you talk to people that tell you stuff they won't tell the colonizers who don't know they're colonizers. I know I'm a colonizer. I know that I thrive in a lifestyle that's based on the oppression of other people and colonies around the world. And I don't lie to myself. But when they know that you know that and you're honest with that, and that we got to fix this world, they'll tell you all kind of secrets. This brother took me, man, I was on the biggest pyramid complex probably in the world, and nobody knows it's there. The archaeologists know it's there, the locals know it's there, but the rest of the world, they have no interest. Number one, they don't have enough archaeologists to dig it up. And two, I don't think that they really want us to know how powerful the Mayans actually were. I was standing on this mountain. We climbed up the back of it. They kind of excavated some of it here and there. Once we got to the top, it took a long time to get to the top. And it was like, this is all the pyramid. And then there's the pyramid that looked like it is over there. You can see the hill in the distance. And there's the other one over there. And these are all mounds that are completely uncovered. But it was so much. It was awesome. I feel good. I don't even want to look at the news today. Who else we got? Glory, good morning. Sometimes other countries that are not controlled are so much more simple. Yes, Glory, they were a simple people. They were a kind people. They were a loving people. And just they had a really simple life. Now we screwed a lot of stuff up because we gave them pesticides and all of this bad, horrible technology that destroys their water systems and kills their ecosystem. But nature's pushing through. As much as the ground's being poisoned because the colonizers, what we do, we go in, we murder everybody, a lot of people, and we burn their records. Oh, we burn their history. So, and they don't know how to grow food. They don't know how to take care of themselves, that kind of stuff. But they're pulling it back. They maintained a lot of their culture. But they actually have the Library of Alexandria. The Mayans had a library and they burnt it up. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. They saw I wasn't a colonizer. They told me the truth. They had all of this information for the medicinal plants and their culture and their history. And the damn colonizers, our people, y'all call it the first world, the modern world, we the retarded world, we the stupid world, we the lost world, we the mentally ill world, we the psychopath world. We burned up all of their history. And they do that to get the people dependent on debt, right? To get them dependent on the queen. And the queen's still on their money, y'all. All right, I'm not gonna get into the queen this morning. Queen's still right. Brother Joe, good morning. How you doing? We got Sister Jill in the house and Crystal. I'm just back. I don't know what's happening in the world in the last 7 days. I had my laptop, had no phone signal. I didn't want a phone signal. I didn't want to talk. I don't want to talk to nobody, no colonizers. I love my colonizing family to death, but I didn't want to do none of that. I needed to go reboot. I get tired. Wasn't no sad or nothing. I'm always happy. I have a wonderful life. I love my life. I wish I had it and it wasn't based on the colonies, right? And slavery and forced labor, but this is where we are right now. But coming back, it really made it obvious to me. Like, I think as much as I found like a cushy place on the plantation, it's not that cushy. When you go, you just wake up in the morning, breathe the fresh air. I haven't taken a vacation in a while because I love my life and I don't need a vacation from my life. I really enjoy it, but it was really enlightening to talk to other people from another culture, people who are still intact with their ancestors to a degree, and understanding that, the whole colonizing thing and what we did all over the world. Crystal said, I almost died Friday night from eating an unknown root from my garden. I thought it was a carrot. It wasn't. Yeah, you got to be careful with that now. That is true. That is true. But Crystal, I think that's why you're supposed to sniff it. Girl, don't die. Don't be supposed to sniff it. Don't eat everything. And don't eat everything out the garden. All the plants that climbed out of the ocean back then, half of them, or some of them evolved to a symbiotic relationship with mammals, and the other were like, we want nothing to do with y'all. We know in the future y'all gonna become colonizers, and they develop thorns and poison, and they try to kill you. So yeah, definitely make sure it's a carrot before you put it in your mouth. All right, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna stop right there. Just, you can't dig everything up out the garden, put it in your mouth. You want to sniff it first, make sure, try a little bit, because I think that's what we always did. Put it down, go eat something else, see how you feel, then go back and eat it. But let me see. Rebecca may have Rebecca, you may have to go to his page. Oh, you all talking about something? Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow the room. It's hot in here. Is anybody hot? Oh, it was hot down there. You sweating? All right, I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't. Oh man, yeah, no, I'm not. Some X Files you can't tell. Some things you just can't tell. Brother Al is in the house. Good morning, brother Al. What happened? What happened while I was away? The world is still here, still jacked up. Al, why don't you fix it, man? What's wrong with you? Get on your get you off your game, man. You off your game. You need to fix the colonizers, brother. Sister Denise, I agree. What you agree with, sister? I agree. They want to keep ancient history and mind power and the mind power seek. Yes, Denise. And it was insanity, girl. Like the idea that pretty much all of Belize and Guatemala were basically one big, massive city, supported. They had markets and towns and churches and temples and mounds. They mounded up everything. Like it's crazy how evolved and how long those people were there, and we know nothing about them. Nothing. Because of that mindset that we can go to somebody else's country, somebody else's house, and take what they have. And so they're in no rush to uncover any of it. And so everyone's backyard, they all have archaeology and mounds and secrets all over the place. It's same as Egypt, but I was blown away by it because there are more structures in Guatemala and Belize than there are in all of Egypt, probably most of the Middle East. When they did the LiDAR thing I was telling y'all about, they found 40,000 structures minimally. Those were just the structures through the tree canopy that LiDAR could actually find. This is world history. There's no reason for Belize and these third world countries to be third world other than we keep them there. So y'all need to go travel. Go to Belize. Yes, Crystal, you got to unplug sometime. Brother Steven, love you to death. How you doing, man? How you been? You well? How come you ain't fixed the world, man? What's wrong? You didn't drink what are you supposed to drink? Get your Gatorade? These people drink Gatorade. Do people still drink that? Do they still sell that poison? Drink your Gatorade, get up in the morning, eat your Wheaties. Brother, you supposed to be saving the world, man. I went away. I expected y'all to fix all this mess. I came back, I'm seeing pop-ups. Oh, Lord, just more shootings and craziness. Americans, somebody's shooting our schools up. Why they bombing the whole world? It was entertaining. We were talking. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Sometimes, yeah, I got a good conversation too. I got trapped in Miami. I was trapped in Miami for a minute. Hold on. I was trapped in Miami and sat down to dinner. We were eating, stayed with a friend, and we were eating dinner, and they had guests coming over and getting into discussions, and it was very obvious. The room was a liberal room. Oh, it was a liberal. Oh, it was a hardcore liberal room, and all the extreme statements were coming out and stuff. And we had a lot of fun. It was a good discussion, but we had to interject and read the room and find out, okay, you crazy extreme, you're kind of moderate. I know you voted for Trump. I know you did. Because you said the keywords and you're not saying because the people in the room. And so we kind of read the room and tried to figure out how to interject and say, well, but anyway, that's a good discussion. It's interesting to go talk to people who believe extreme things. They believe that they're right about every damn thing and they're wrong about probably half of it. But how to interject in a way that allows them to consider another point of view. And so we were able to do that. I think they were talking about this shootings, like, yeah, we're gonna go up there, we're about to march, we're gonna go up, we're gonna march, because I guess there was that march over the weekend or something. And y'all know my views on it. I believe in, I love children with passion, and I hope the march went well. But I don't believe you go to the colonizers and ask them for a solution in oppressed colonies. I don't think that ends well. I think that's stupid. I do. I think you take your passion, you make a grassroots solution, and you tell the colonizers, one, where the hell they can go, but two, what the hell they're going to do. You don't ask them, because every time you ask them, they're going to say the same dumb thing, because their whole lifestyle and being a politician is propped up on the colonies. Why would they say anything that brings the colonies together? Whether you're talking about the national colonies or if you're talking about the communities, or all these little mini colonies under all these colonizing layers of government. Why in the hell would they give you anything that would help the natives? Why would they do anything for you that would help the Mayans? They're there to take your mahogany wood. You know, Vietnam, they're there to take your damn rubber. They're there to kill anybody who opposes them and call them a terrorist who wants to actually have freedom on their own land. So the idea that, you know, so anyway, but that was the discussion. And I just kind of said, you know, I don't think it's a good idea to go to the biggest arms dealer in the world that murders children every day and ask them to help children. How does that make sense? Right? You know what they did into Belize, right? What they did in killing off. I'm going to say that. I forgot. I forgot. So check it out. So it wasn't. I know. I went. My mind. It's so much I want to talk about. I don't have enough time. But they didn't actually kill off the Mayans in Belize. There was a drought. It was climate change, right? It's funny. We talk about something and you go travel and talk to other people and they confirm it. It was climate change. The climate change, because dummy, the climate always changes. The planet, nothing stays the same. And so the climate changed. They had this massive population, Guatemala, Belize, and drought came. And of course, what happens when drought comes? They don't have enough water. And what do people do when they don't have enough resources? What do people do when scarcity comes about? They go take it from somebody else. And so I got into a great discussion about it and I was thinking it through and I was like, man, that's deep because so we didn't go through and kill the Mayans because you wasn't killing them. Them brothers wasn't having none of it. They were strong. It was a drought. And so the kingdoms began to fight against each other. One thing I found interesting is so when the king of, I think it's Cacao, went to the king of Tikal, you know, he's like, look, hey, y'all got to kill you, man. We need your water. You know, same way Americans do it. We got to steal your tin, your coltan, your rubber, your gold, whatever. Same colony. But when people don't have abundance, when scarcity comes in, kind people who work together, people who live together in peace, they will become violent. And so he went to go get the emperor to play the game of Paktapak. I know I said it wrong. I know. It's been a couple of days since I heard the story. So they play the game Paktapak, and they throw the ball back forward, get the ball in the hoop, and there's some debate about who the winner is. So the interesting thing is the leaders play Paktapak, and whoever wins, I don't know why this part, whoever wins, they kill. So the leaders get killed, not the people. So I was sitting there thinking, I was like to the tour guide, I was like, you know what? We need to get Trump, Putin, all the rest of them, Clinton, Obama. I'm good with it. Get them all in there and let all the colonizing leaders of the world, let them all play Paktapak. I know I said it wrong. Somebody correct me and y'all can say what the real word is. I'm going to call it Paktapak, you know. and anytime somebody wins, you go ahead and kill them and you just keep doing it. Get rid of all of them and we have peace and world love and everything. We all good. So, but it was interesting. They have a different approach. They went after each other's leaders because the people were the resources, right? The people were the power. The people were growing the food. The people, you didn't want to kill them with war. That was dumb. That's stupid. It's what we do today. But that their civilization was destabilized by climate change because they didn't work together to try to figure out how to get through it, or they didn't migrate away from where the climate had changed, or they didn't want to migrate away from it. And the difference I see, you can correct me, you can disagree with me if you want, but the difference I see with their murdering people then over pyramids or whatever happened to try to get the gods to bring more water because they thought the gods were mad at them, is that they did it to help their civilizations, right? Or definitely it was wrong. They did it because they thought it would help civilization, right? They murdered kids too, and they did the whole virgin thing and all the evidence they're uncovering. They did it to help because they thought it would help. Their whole society and all the devastating things that they did, it was because they were trying to help people. When we invade a country, it's not to help people. When we send our troops to war, it's to kill and take what others have. The significant difference in the wisdom of the Mayan civilization versus us is we do it for profit. We do it for greed. They weren't dumb enough to build it to allow colonizers and leaders to build up a society based in debt on currencies. Their society was built on working together. And to me, it was like, boom, it just blew up in my head like, man, why they don't want us looking back. They don't want us looking back because we're de-evolving. It's not a Trump thing. Y'all get off of that. Grow up. Go drop that nonsense. We've been de-evolving for a long time because they disassociated the wise things that we learned socially in evolving governments over thousands of years to sustainable governing bodies that lasted for thousands of years for these little ignorant kings and lords in a colonizing model. Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Blown away by it. I don't even know what sent me down there. There was a whole bunch of stuff in my head. But it was deep. It was deep. And yeah, Crystal says some of the minds migrate. And so a lot of the ones who made it migrated away. They left all of these massive cities. And so everyone's backyard has cities in it, but they walked away. They helped each other. They prepared the ones who made it. The ones who stayed and fought over the resources, a lot of them died. And then the European colonizers, which they weren't European, they're just colonizers. But once they got there, then, it was significantly easier to destroy the society. But I think it totally applies to today. And it was just amazing. It was Gloria talking about, too bad all the more warmongering leaders can't be put on an island to duke it out, then send Hollywood to a different island. Yeah, so that's what it was, Glory. Like, I guess they realized, they wanted each other's resources as kings or whatever you called them back then, and they would fight. They want to fight. They were men, right? They were women. They didn't go find some little young boys to go send to a war and fight for them. They went and did the fighting the damn self. While I disagree with the whole government, breakdown, they understood that, and that's why their society made it thousands of years, and ours isn't. It's dying after a few hundred. Rebecca said, "I'm not sure Hillary Rodham, HRC." We won't say, oh, yeah, and she done did her dirt there too. The Clinton Foundation did that. They done did their dirt everywhere, and oh my God, Honduras, we won't even talk. I learned a whole bunch. It was a wonderful trip. I'm not sure HRC could stay on her feet long enough to play any game. Well, you know what? Hey, that's not the game's problems. That sounds like personal problems. That's not the game's problems. If you've been drinking pesticides your whole life and selling it and got shot up with all your vaccines and breathed in all the chemtrails, made all the money from it, and got all the bad mojo because you murdered people all over the planet, including Brother Seth Rich. If you sick and you can't stand because of that, those are personal problems. I don't think that's about. I get in the game. That HRC get into the game, and who's it? Angela Merkel. Angela. I don't know her damn name. Put her in the circle too. Let y'all play some pocket pot. Hey, I don't care if you stand up. You better get the ball in the hoop. And both of y'all going in a mound after this. We got new rules. The new rules are the winner does not get sacrificed. Everybody getting sacrificed. Put all the leaders in there. Put them under some mounds. That's what we're gonna do. Every last one of them. So yeah, it was amazing. Let me see what else we got. Gloria says, sounds like they might have more since the States. Sounds like they might have more since the States. I'm not sure where we're going with that one, Gloria. You lost me on that, girl. You can't learn from history if you don't know your history. Yep, Rebecca, and that's why they burned it all up. So I got research to do. If y'all know something about it, let me know, because this is new. I think it was Cortez, I think they said, burned up the equivalent of the Library of Alexandria, the Mayans. So I got to look into this. I didn't know anything about this. This is the thing that the locals were talking about. But if we don't know the history and we don't know how they evolved to make a government that actually helps its people more than murders its people and steals their resources. But, I think those things, they're not beneficial to today and what they got to do or what they want to do in building an empire. So if anybody's got a link or something on that, tell me about that, because I don't know anything about it. I want to know more. When will wisdom become a resource? Denise is asking. Well, yeah, wisdom always was a resource. It always was to cultures that supported leaders who understood that, right? When wisdom was a resource. For us, we always get behind leaders who only want money and power and then try to convince other people that these people are going to help us and these people are here for us and these people can create a world that's not based in death and murder and acquiring more wealth and power. And we just have to stop. We have to back it out. Um, uh, did you do everything you wanted, or were there things you have to pick up and choose while there? Yeah, I didn't do it. Stephen, hold on. There's no way to do everything I wanted. That it's such a beautiful country. There's so much to do and there's so much to see. So many people to talk to. I'm the one always holding everybody up because I want to talk to people and get to know them, sit on the sofa. All right, we gotta go, Gerard, get your butt up. Let's go, man. Shut up. So I said I want to spend time and I want to learn. And so I like to get people talking and just listen. So no, I definitely didn't do everything I wanted to, but I was able to get around as I saw a few sites and had some business stuff I had to do there as well. But it was a wonderful trip. It's just I had to come back, brother. I had to come back. So I was not happy to come back. I love y'all. I missed y'all and everything. But I totally checked out. I didn't look at the news. I didn't look at anything. And it was just a blessing to not know what's going on in the world, which is pretty funny because even when you don't know what's going on in the world, it's the world. It is what it is, but I think when we lived in smaller communities like that, we were far less dangerous grouped up. Like there was tribalism going back, and there probably always will be some form of tribalism. People will probably always find a way to divide up. But if you don't know that over there they got gold, they got minerals, they got a whole bunch of stuff, then you really can't talk about going to steal it, right? Like your world is just in this community and probably 5 miles that way, 5 miles that way, 5 miles that way. And but there's something to that. I have to really think about that. But when you live in a smaller community and you're not exposed to so much information, I think you're harder to control. I think you are because you wake up in the morning and you plan your day. You got me thinking about something, brother. You got me thinking about something because you wake up in the morning and by default you're like, you know what? What am I gonna do today? I gotta go feed the chickens. Maybe I gotta go do some fishing. I gotta go dam the river. We don't have enough, this, that. You think about all the things you gotta do to make life better and to kind of build up what's going on in your little community. But when you have all this massive news and media, you're easier to control because they can get the things that really scare the hell out you and like show it to you. It's like the insects at nighttime. I think the birds and the insects, they just mess with you. They're like, oh, this, they screw with you. And you got predators though. I mean, we were out there, not close to the coast, but we were out there, and I don't think there were any jaguars around, but you had poisonous snakes and all this stuff, which was fun to me because the people who stayed with, they had a German Shepherd. German Shepherds. I get up in the morning, I walk down to the water with my cup of coffee just to look at the water, and it was still kind of overgrown because you can't touch the land that's close to the water. So of course there are probably some snakes and other stuff down there. And the German Shepherd followed me, right? It kind of followed me and picked up a stick. And I'm like, oh, you want to play a stick? I was like, oh, because I posted a picture. I was trying to explain what was happening. But so I picked up the stick. Oh, he wants to play. I was like, oh, I picked up the stick. I was like, I'm going to spend time with the lesser species and play stick throw. Picked up the stick, threw the stick. He went, got the stick, got it, came back, picked up the stick, threw it, came back. And then he went down to the water lake, down to the river and was drinking. I took a picture. I posted a picture. And she had this look in her eye, like she was kind of zoned in on something across the shoreline, right? And it was deep, and I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, man, like she's always on her game, right? Like she was, and there was another time I was asleep. It was like 1 a.m, and I heard noise outside the little shack we stayed in, and it was the German Shepherd. came up and laid down in front of the shack. Always on her game. She knew her job, brother. Like she knew that this dummy, this dummy from Pennsylvania ain't from here, has no idea how to survive. And it's a whole bunch of stuff. So this dummy is a part of my pack now. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in the jungle I need to be keeping an eye on. And so she was keeping an eye out for me. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm here playing fetch while she's actually paying attention to the jungle and what's coming around. And I realized that I wasn't playing fetch with her. She was playing fetch with me. Like she was like maybe felt sorry for me, like, oh, this poor dummy. Going down to the water, don't know snakes in there, alligators come out, eat them. I'll go down here, make sure he'll be safe, and just watch. And he's by himself. Nobody wants to play with him. So, all right, I'll play stick with him for a little bit. And she played stick with me for a little bit. But I don't know. I was thinking, like, it's just deep. We don't know what happens in the mind of these animals, but she knew her job, and she was guarding the camp and making sure nothing was coming around. So it was amazing. It was awesome. You have to come back, do your humanitarian duty, and spread insight and knowledge, and do your part in saving the world. Yeah, Crystal, we all do. We all do. We all have insight. We all have knowledge. We all need to go away and talk to another tribe of cousins, right? And come back and share with each other our thoughts and our insights, because we're a collective, like we always talk about. We are a collective, and if we don't share with each other, then we're not doing our part. And this is where the colonizing community mindset, monoculture doesn't really work, because it's based in collecting wealth. All day long, you don't spend traveling, talking to other tribes and figuring out how we can all be better. You spend all day trying to make money so you can pay a mortgage or pay for a car or buy food or do whatever. And so they've taken the collective intellect of a world, and now just probably a subset are driving the world forward. Like probably it might even be just 20,000 people, just a couple million people are actually moving the world forward, while the vast majority, the billions of people who could be making things and working on things to help people and build up a better society, are just making money, right? Working for the 1%, who thrived in the bigger colony days or the small colonization days to do well in the big colonizing time today. And if we actually can just get back to everyone just doing their part, and there's no little part. You do your part or you don't do your part. And your part is not working for corporations, making them more money. It's developing things and sharing knowledge and thinking through things and sharing with other people and communicating. Like that's how we always made it, and that really, it became obvious to me, that's on that trip. Every trip I take, it does it, we've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten our place in the world. We forgot that we got to do our part for human beings, not our part for corporations. And so the majority probably of the developed world is lost doing their job for corporations to make them a lot of wealth instead of something beneficial to the environment, to humanity, to the planet, to anything important, to their kids. They're not doing anything valuable for the next generation. They're just doing things that are valuable for them and their mini greed. And we got to step out of that. We got to start doing our part more. Totally agree. Let me see. Yeah, it makes, I think it makes sense. But yeah, that's what she had a job to do. And she was making sure that I was a part of her pack, that she was looking out for me. Yeah, Fred Sanford, Rebecca. That's why I get that for you, big dummy. But yeah, she was looking out for me. So I was appreciative of it. But it was just a deep thing. In that picture, I took the picture. It was just at the right moment where, she went from drinking water and playing with the dummy to, I hear something. The hell is that? There's a lot of things around here that can kill this thing because it doesn't know what it's doing in the jungle. And I need to make sure that I keep those things, outside of the perimeter of where the pack is sleeping. So it was powerful for me. That's what I was talking about in that picture. Yeah, Mary, she knew how to make work fun. You know, she was doing her job. Oh, that's so deep. Thank you, sister. Yes, that's exactly what it is. She was on the job, you know, and her job was keeping people safe, doing her part, like Chris was saying, in the pack. And she's, yeah, I can stop for a minute, play a little ball with this child, you know, play a stick with the child, play a stick with the one who doesn't understand it, like the movie Avatar, you know. What did she say to him? She said, to see if your illness, your ignorance can be cured. You know, I forgot. I gotta go back find the clip. You know, but you're like a baby in the jungle. You're walking, you're crashing things, and you're falling, and you're stupid, and you're dumb, and you're clumsy, and you don't know what to eat. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You know, and she was getting on him, but because we're babies, when we get back to our natural environments, we don't know what the hell to do. And so she was making work fun, but she was working. She knew her job was for the collective, and she kept doing her job for the collective. So it was awesome. Um, Taking collective energy of the world to create wealth for the few. Yes, Joyce, and that's what most people do. And that's why I try to encourage everybody, do anything you can to back out of that. You know, I don't tell anybody how to back out, but you got to find for yourself, how do you stop supporting the things that aren't helping the world? How do you get out of a lifestyle that makes you completely useless to the future of everything? And I know people, because the first time I heard somebody say something like that to me, I was like, you mother, you don't even know what you're talking about. I work for the company, and the company, we make ties and we make ball bearings, and that goes into vehicles to do this, not, dip, dip, dip. And I was like, no, you're not viewing it the right way. I wasn't ready to hear it, right? I believed and I bought into the Kool-Aid. I was drinking it every day. You know, you're working for a corporation that's making technology that's being for the benefit of that corporation. Now, is there a little 2%, 0.01% benefit to humanity and the environment and the planet? Sure, there is. But that point little 2%, 1%, that car that actually might save somebody, that drives out in the backwoods, bring someone back to the hospital to save them, that's going to be rare, few and far between. Most of those cars that your ball bearings are going to make for the car, it's going to be to drive somebody so they can do an Instagram photo in front of a donut. This is you go to good Krispy Kreme donuts. You're like, I got my Krispy Kreme. You know, but because, you know, it's not that we shouldn't be making technology, but we should be making technology for the benefit of the environment, for the benefit of humanity, for the benefit of our kids, not for the benefit of the people who hate us, the colonizers, the corporations we all work for. So everybody, I think you got to find your way out of it. I do. I don't think anybody should work for a big corporation. I don't. If you can work for a medium size, go for it. You can work for a small one, do it. If you can start your own business, you got to do that. If you can just buy less, buy more local stuff, buy, organic, natural, buy from mom and pops. Do not buy from corporations. And even just reducing it, it takes a while to walk into that lifestyle. Just reduce it. If you can reduce your cost of living, that helps, right? Reduce the services you do. That helps. Turn off your Amazon Prime account. Every little bit, like it was like Crystal was saying a minute ago. Just do your part. Like, don't throw in the towel and just say, oh, I can't do it. It's too much. They won. They beat us. Yeah, they beating the hell out of us. But just do your little part, in walking away. Start planning your retirement, in a way that doesn't, involve you sending more money to these corporations, downscale, stuff like that. I'm so glad you're in touch with our animal friends. Yeah, Steven, I'm not sure if I am. I'm not sure. I think our animal friends are just in touch with me. I think that's all it was. And I try to pay attention to what they're doing and how they do it. I saw a tarantula. Man, there's all kind of creatures down there. Tarantula. Scared the hell out of me, Steven. I took a picture and I posted it and I was driving down the road. Yeah, it wasn't no paved road. It was dirt and rocks and all. There's some paved roads, but it was crazy. And the tarantula was going across. What the hell is that? Went out there. Like, this is a big freaking spider thing walking in the street and just, but it had something to do, Steve. And it was just going. And so I started watching. It saw me and it's like, all right. It just kept walking, like doing this thing. Real peaceful, but, even that, like we're taught to be scared of nature. There was that movie, Arachnophobia. Makes everybody scared of spiders. They try to kill us. They're trying to, meanwhile, there's something. What is that study show that we're like, At all times within like 10 feet of you, there's always 100 spiders, no matter where you go. It's their world. It's not our world. And so it was interesting. Like, I like to look at nature and try to figure out, what is it doing? Why is it doing it? Nature's made it for a billion years. It's so much smarter than we are. All of our ancestors, all of them, they all looked and learned from nature, except for us. We look and learn from corporations. We look and learn from the people who murdered our ancestors, all of our ancestors, right? We learn from the lords and the kings, the colonizers, and not, unsustainable ideas and solutions and talking points and narratives and all of this indoctrination and crap, as opposed to wiser species, right? And like the Mayan example, it's not just nature, but it's wiser. We don't look at the wise examples. We look at the profitable examples. So I think we need to look at the Mayans. I think we need to look at nature and figure it out and, understand that, the German Shepherds always do. Because you know what, just the whole job thing and the German Shepherd example, I hate that. I hate when people do that. I don't know why I do it. I hate my indoctrination. I hate the quotes. It's just like bunny ear quote. It's so stupid. I know, I'm indoctrinated. I'm trying to get out of it. Um, but jobs aren't a 40-hour-a-week thing. For the German Shepherd, that was not her job. Jobs are things that you do. It's just living. It's just living life. It's just, what you're supposed to do as a collective to make the next generation stronger. Every day you get up in the morning and you go do that. Whatever that is. And, if it's growing your food, writing your software, doing whatever, you're just doing that. And we stopped doing that for a collective and we started doing that for the greedy. So I think observing, the cultures that made it thousands of years is more important than listening to the leaders who run things today. There's school shooting. I'm sure there were school shootings in the Mayan days. I'm not shooting necessarily, but the problems. And what did they do to solve that? Because they made it thousands of years, and we don't have that history because they burned it all up. But I think we got to observe those things, and then share what we learned from the past, because knowledge was never secret. Like, certainly not to who you consider your tribe. You didn't keep secrets. Knowledge was information, and you shared it, and we don't do that anymore. Chris, you hated working for the company. You needed to hear that. Yeah, you know what? Hopefully you can find your way out of it. For me, it took me a long time, Chris. It was not an overnight thing. Like, I had to realize after a while, I'm not working for humanity. Like, I had to realize that I'm not helping. I'm hurting. The job I'm performing for these elites, giving them just a little bit more wealth. And it probably took a good 5 to 10 years before I really start having thoughts, but I started focusing on how do I stop supporting this artificial jungle, right? That was what I was thinking. This artificial scarcity, this colonization. How do I start to do it? And I just started doing different things, and I think I found a few things that I liked. And I figured, okay, how do I take the things that I like, or the things that are, I guess some people call them gifts, or the things that you're good at, and start to turn it into an income so I can still exist in today's modern world, but not support the things I say I don't support. And it took a while. It took a little while. I think everyone has to kind of explore the things they love. And when you see the hole, it's like football. When you see that hole between the linebackers and you can get through with the ball, grab your kids, grab the ball, grab your family, grab your neighbors and your friends, and run the hell through that, run the hell through that hole, and go for it. I hate that they are poisoning us, our air, our food, our water, the skies don't look natural anymore. It's strangely pretty. Yeah, they are doing that. Because it's profitable, and we don't control these technologies, and that's why we got to stop working for the corporations. I wish more people would get that instead of chasing the paycheck. Well, Rebecca, you just keep doing what you do. I see you talking about it. I see you posting about it. We have to stop the Krispy Kreme donuts from being viral. Damn it! I love kittens, but they're not that cute, man. They're cute. They're not that cute. they're not cute enough to end the world. We can't just talk about those things. We got to do other things and talk about other things. What people talk about and goes viral is what we talk about, right? So I think more people will do it when we talk about it more and when we start shaming wealth. That's what we really we got to shame wealth. We got to say, you're a billionaire. Damn, how long you had that problem? Really? Oh, that's sick. Are you getting, is there cream for that? You rub it on your feet? Are you going to get bumps from that? You're a billionaire? Ugh. Oh, don't touch me. Really? Don't cough. Stop. Move. Hey, I'm breathing over here, man. You a billionaire? Really? Maybe you get like in a space shuttle and like go to another planet or something? Why the hell are you that? Like we have to start shaming it. Like it's not a good thing. We talked about a couple weeks ago. Oh, my baby got a job for Goldman Sachs. My baby gonna make my, oh, really? How did that happen? Who lied to her? What, did she go to college and somebody said something dumb? Make her want to help people that destroying the world and murdering people everywhere and rolling out slavery? Why would she do that? Are you talking to her? Really? She's gonna be an upper manager? Oh my God, upper management. Oh, I'm just getting cooties thinking about it. Girl, really? Oh man, do you want me to call her? You want me to talk to you? You want me to talk? But we have to start shaming it. You got to start shaming. People post pictures of their new iPhone and like everyone else liking it and loving it. Ooh, does it got this feature? Does it do this? We need to go and just start saying, damn, really? Wow. What happened to your old phone that made you want to support slavery? Really? What happened? Why do you hate people in the Congo? Did they step on your feet? What would we got to start shaming this nonsense. I bought a new truck. Wow, are you too stupid to fix the old one? What happened? Why you do that? We bought a big 20,000 square foot house. Oh, you did? Whoa. Why do you hate the environment that much? What did the environment do something to you? Did you get an itch on your feet? Did you get some blue bumps between your toes? Did your testicle fall off? What happened to the environment? Make you want to kill the environment, buy a bigger house. You don't need it. And that's another thing. We don't need these big ignorant living spaces, right? It's just stupid. I basically lived in a box for 7 days and I loved it. Oh man, I loved it. You don't need all of this crap, especially if somebody else needs the crap. You don't need to hoard all this stuff that Americans in the West do. All right, last couple comments. I think I've ran my mouth enough. I actually have to go back and look. It's just so much. Oh man. There's just so many like thoughts I was having. I'd have the ability to post anything. I try to write some of them down, but you can learn so much from people that like aren't locked in the mindsets that we are, right? There's so much you can learn from just talking to different people. Some of the things that made me happy, I did see a lot of, they call them expats, gringos, whatever you want to call them, who live down there. And who are just working with the people, who live with the people, who talk to the people. They're not just sticking to the resorts and their little ignorant lie of a colonizing life. And that was really good to see. And it was good to meet all of these loving people who they would bend over backwards to help you. And they were just so sweet. And it just made me so ashamed. It broke my heart. To be honest with you, it broke my heart that these people were so wonderful to me, knowing where I come from, knowing that everything I own and the money that it took to get there and my whole lifestyle was based on destroying and raping their country and all the other countries, first world countries that were destroying. They're first world. They're not third world because they are living from the original world. We got it backwards. So just a lot I got to process, but it made me shameful. And that's why I want to look at the history more there. And I want to see what the colonizers did there, my ancestors, and, the lifestyle I'm propped up on. And as I process it, I'll share it, of course. Absolutely. It was mind boggling. Then I came back and I woke up. I missed the jungle. I did. I was like, where are my sounds at? It's so dead. There's no noise. There's no birds. There's no insects. The birds, there was a couple of birds. They nasty too. They little nasty birds. I don't know what kind of birds they are. They was doing the nasty. Rabbits, no, they ain't got nothing on these. They all wanted. They were down by the water doing the thing, just all kind of just penises, phalluses, juices flying everywhere. Little nasty birds just doing the little nasty thing. And I miss them too, but things, creatures doing what they're supposed to do. And I miss all of that. To come back to a dead jungle, an artificial jungle, a colonizing jungle, a jungle where most of the creatures don't do what they're supposed to do. A jungle where the creatures, they've forgotten their jobs, these human beings in this modern world thing. It's a sick thing, but it's also a motivating thing. It's a motivating thing that we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of people to wake up. We got a world that we do got to reboot back. We have a lot of first world countries that we need to empower and get from underneath our boots, and it's good to go travel abroad. I got a friend who has a theory that they don't like you traveling abroad and all the, TSA and passports and all this stuff, because they don't really want Americans and people in the modern world knowing what free people live like. They don't want you to know how good your life would be in another country. And if they can keep you in this artificial jungle, keeping you working for the wealthiest people in the world, then they can keep you thinking you're just a happy slave in a happy place doing good things, when really you are a slave. You're not free. The poorest people all over the world live freer than you do. And it's just crazy to come home and see all these police. I was down there, I barely saw any police, and they were friendly. They weren't, beefed up, trying to look tough and stuff. It's not my neighborhood. My neighborhood, the police are nice. I love them to death. They're sweet guys. They're good guys, actually. But I came in, I'm going to end on this one. I know people mad at me. I came in, oh man, I got on the train again. It's funny. So I was going out. I forgot the rule. You're not supposed to talk to people on the train in New York. I was talking to them. I was like, I was talking to people and they're like looking at me. I was the crazy guy on the train talking to everybody, looking in everybody's eyes. How you doing? Hey, let's talk, And they're just like, you're not supposed to talk to people. Shut up, But I'm not that way. I go places. I like to talk to people. And so I stand on the train and the lady got on the train in front of me. I guess I was getting close to, is it Penn Station or something like that? And the lady came, I felt uncomfortable. I was holding, how they got these, they got the poles, and I was riding the pole. I was holding the pole, hitting the bumps on the train. And so she came in and she got on the train and she stood right in front. She held the pole right here. And I was kind of like, dang, your hand's within an inch of my hand. That's kind of freaky. And she stopped in front of my face, like literally, like I'm standing here and she's like right here. Like literally, if I went like this, and the train hit like one little bump, we had a kiss, man. We might have had a baby or something. But it was nothing. Like she got on the train, and it's crazy. I don't understand it. If you're gonna be within 3-4 inches of my face, say hi, say something. She came in, put her head down, like not gonna look at this. I'm not pretend he's not even there. Started using her phone, and it was crazy. I don't know. I don't get it. So I started talking to her, talking to everybody. It's weird. They don't want to talk. So on the way back, I got on the Jersey train. I was coming back home, and somebody peed, man. I know. I posted a picture. Just get over it. We gotta see the ugly, yo. If we don't see the ugly, we can't talk about the ugly. Yeah, they peed on it. It was bad. I was sitting on the train, and I was going through some of the posts and stuff from the past, all the stuff I missed last 7 days, and a lady sat down and she just peed on the train. She peed. She's 2 seats on the right in front of me. She just sat down, and I looked down and I saw the drip, and it was pouring, and it was the bubbles, and it was yellow, and it was just trailing down. I was just like, really? And mind you, I don't know. She didn't look homeless. I don't know. She could have been mentally ill. You don't know what mentally ill people look like, but I was just like, man, I done left the jungle where the lion pees where it's supposed to. The monkeys pee where they're supposed to. Way down in the jungle deep, lion stepped on a signified monkey's feet. Some of y'all know this one. The lion said, Mother Hubbard, can't you see? You're stepping on my damn feet. That's, oh man, that's, they're taking me back. But so anyway, got on the train, talked to some Jersey people. They thought I was crazy. I'm okay. But Jersey people, you can still talk to them on the train. They're still in touch with being human a little more than the culture of New York where you're not supposed to talk to anybody. But I don't care. My job is to end that. My job is to break that down. If you're around me, you on the New York train, expect a conversation because I'm going to talk to you. You're not going to change me and tell me, because that's what people tell me, oh, it's New York culture. Not supposed to talk to people on the train. I said, you know what, but that ain't my culture. That's not human culture. That's colonizing culture. That's not my culture. My culture is human culture. I'm supposed to talk to any cousin that if I have time to talk to him, I'm supposed to talk to. I'm going to keep doing that. So y'all keep calling me the crazy person on the train. I'm okay with that. So I'm back in the jungle, but I just left the real jungle for the artificial jungle. So it's good to be back. I missed y'all. We'll have to get back into trying to figure out how to wake some more folks up and get back to being the people we're supposed to be. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. It's good to be back. Not really, but it's kind of good. Sort of. Nah, it ain't good. Ain't bad. Bad. It's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm back. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm back, and it's just, oh Lord. But I'm gonna try to share everything I learned from the jungle in the coming days. So listen, love y'all to death. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye bye.